Hello and welcome to Coffee. There's a theme here. Coffee with Anakin today. I've got my lovely little Boonta Eve pod racing shirt on. I love this so much. It was part of the Smuggler's Bounty Amazon box, which is unfortunately no longer running. I'm very disappointed. But I also have my lovely little Annie Pop. The pod racing theme. It matches my shirt so perfectly. So this is a little different from my normal videos. I'm not crafting anything. I am just here talking. My idea to maybe bring a little bit of encouragement, hopefully a tad bit of humor into your day and your morning. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today is what it feels like to be different. One of my obsessions that has never left is my love for Anakin Skywalker. You had this kid that was traumatized and he was different from everyone else he knew, even in the group where he was similar, with these other Jedi. He was still so far different from all of them. They wanted him to just fit into the mold. They wanted him to pretend like it didn't happen, ignore the trauma, ignore the fact that he knew his mother, to act as though those other ones would. So I love all these different iterations of the character and how each person has contributed their part. Hayden Christensen's Anakin, Jake Lloyd's Anakin, Matt Lanter's Anakin. Growing up, I was different. No one else around me seemed to be interested in the things I was interested in, and for the most part, I tried not to care. I tried to it didn't matter. I wanted to tell you because my thought process was this idea of I felt so passionate about things, I could transfer it to you. And I constantly ended up feeling like it was just miscommunications here and there. Just no one wanted to talk about these things, and instead I was irritating people with my passion and I still struggle with this today. I'll find something so interesting and I'll walk over to someone and tell them, and they'll be like, "You weirdo, get away." I'm like, why don't you love it as much as I do? And it's this concept of, if you don't like what I like, there must therefore be something wrong with me and my liking it. Because when you're growing up and no one else seems to like these things you like, you think, I must be defective. And you have all these other people coming around you to say, "That's weird. You're weird. Why do you keep going on about this thing? What's wrong with you?" And so that's the mantra that gets repeated in your head over and over and over again. So going into adulthood, meeting the people that like what I like, realizing I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm a tad crazy, but not about liking the things I like and having these interests and being the nerd girl, which was the inspiration for the channel name, is getting called this nerd girl all the time and just owning that. That's the concept I'm working with here. Just owning the fact that, yes, I am a nerd and that makes me awesome. Even though you acknowledge, yes, this is who I am, and you know what? I think I'm awesome. And I've met people who think I'm hilarious. There's still that, I don't know what you call it, like this factory setting from growing up that gets activated with this concept of, I'm a bit weird, right? Like, why does it, even though I try and own it, sometimes it still stings a bit when someone's like, you nerd. It's like, I, even though I don't like that person or care about that person that's saying it, the concept of it being projected on me is still just, it irks me at my core. And it makes me feel less than, and I don't know why. And so I just want to encourage you guys today that it is okay to be that different kid. To embrace that rather than I spent so many years trying to be like everyone else. And so when you spend your whole life trying to be like someone you're not, you're going to spend your whole life feeling like you're failing. You know, it's the concept of when you have a fish and you're judging them by their ability to climb a tree, they're always going to fail. And that's what I want to get across to you guys today, is don't judge yourself if you're a fish by your ability to climb a tree. Focus on where you are. What is your strength? What is your passion? And then delve into that. Because I am here to tell you, I know what it is to be different. I just want to be here today to say, I know how you feel. I have been there in that moment where you're different and you feel like no one in the world is ever going to understand or accept you. I spent the majority of my childhood, youth, teen years feeling like I was alone and I was unique, not like a unicorn. You're like a dodo bird level of unique, where it's like, it's not a sought after. You know, I didn't feel sought after. Unique. I felt like it was like, whoa, why? That's interesting. Cool. So I just want to encourage you guys in that. Just because you feel like the dodo bird does not mean you are. Yeah, it's the concept of the ugly duckling. You look at it and you're like, I'm so weird looking. Why? And I like these things, and no one else around me seems to get it, and they want me to be this specific thing, and I feel like every instinct inside me is telling me to do something different, and what's so wrong with me? And then it's like the ugly duckling is actually this beautiful creature, but you don't know it because of where you are. You gotta find people like you. They're out there. They exist. I promise you, even if they are just so hard to find. This is your moment of encouragement. I hope to have this more in the future. Maybe we'll do different characters, or maybe just Anakin for the rest of my life. If you have a specific thing that you want to hear about, let me know in the comments below.